Good evening and thanks for joining us. This is your forecast. First, well, we continue to track the tropics, and it seems like it's the same old song and dance. Well, it is. We're right now watching our next named storm. It's currently pushing its way very close to Cozumel, the coastline of Mexico, and it should be moving inland shortly. Should be on the other side, however, moving into the Gulf of Mexico as we head into Tuesday. And then throughout Tuesday, moving into Wednesday, it will be making its way towards the northern Gulf Coast. Now, luckily, this isn't the largest of systems. We're not seeing hurricane force winds extend too far from the center, which is good. And obviously, we have no well-defined eye. And I don't believe this system is going to rapidly intensify, which is another good factor for us in the coming days. So winds right now at 80, heading northwest at 13 miles per hour. Currently sits 25 miles east of Tulum, Mexico. As you see, big picture out there, there's a lot of dry air and wind shear currently across the Gulf of Mexico. So that's a good thing. This is going to run into a rough environment. You got to remember, we've had a lot of storms across the Gulf of Mexico. That means a lot of upwelling. That means bringing cold water from the bottom of the Gulf and bringing it to the surface. The warmer waters that we're really going to have with this system, they're actually going to sit just along the southern Gulf. So that's why I see a little bit of intensification, but not rapid intensification. So again, once it moves into the Gulf by Tuesday, we'll get the winds back to about 75, maybe 80 at some point. And then it should race its way towards, eventually, towards the northeast. You can see potentially a Category 1 storm, a weak one, at 75 miles per hour near the mouth of the Mississippi River. I think we could be even looking at a strong tropical storm at that point, because along the northern Gulf, the waters are cooler in the Gulf. That helps to weaken systems. Also, it's going to run into some dry air and plenty of wind shear ahead of this system. Our next cold front, it's just knocking on the door. There's a massive winter system out there now across portions of Texas and Oklahoma. Well, eventually that system's going to drive through here and bring us some nice, cool and comfortable air heading into the holiday weekend. So here you go. Watch the system drive through, possibly a Cat 1 for us. We're just on the outskirts as you zoom in a little bit here. We're outside of the cone. Impacts should be well to the east of the storm, which means for us, our impact should be rather minimal. Again, there is that potential that the system could walk a little bit to the east. I do want to point that out. But for the time being, with the current track, all impacts should be mainly to the east of the system. So we're talking about I-55 eastward. New Orleans, more impacts versus us. Mouth of the Mississippi, Homa, more impacts than us. If you live in Slidell, more impacts, obviously. You can see all areas highlighted by that pink. That is a hurricane watch. Yellow, that is a tropical storm watch, which means we're getting closer on the doorstep, obviously. So within the next 48 hours, the possibility that we could be seeing some tropical conditions within the area. Now, as you notice, there is also a storm surge watch. 2 to 4, mainly from Vermilion Bay to Grand Isle to the mouth, about 4 to 6. 4 to 6 from there all the way to about Lake Bourne. Inland lakes, we're talking 2 to 4, Lake Morpon, Lake Pontchartrain, and you see inundation about 4 to 6, mainly for the North Shore. We're talking Gulf Shore, Biloxi, Gulfport, and anything really east of there about 2 to 4, so Mobile Bay. Again, watch our FUTURECAST and just show you a couple showers could ignite some outer rain bands heading into tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a pocket or two of maybe a half an inch, maybe an inch out there. You got to remember it's tropical rain, so again, rainfall rates could be pretty heavy at times. And it looks like we'll get a little bit of a break, but as you see the current track here, by Thursday, again, this is talking just before midnight or right around midnight. I do believe landfall is going to actually be sooner. This system looks like it's moving pretty quick, so I do believe that this system should be probably maybe sometime between 7 and midnight on Wednesday, and then it quickly races off towards the northeast. By the time we get to Thursday morning, we're talking clear skies and some sunshine as that cold front pushes towards the north or to the east and south of here. So here you go. The chance for tropical storm force winds, pretty low. We're talking about 20–30% out there. Obviously, the threat climbs closer to the center of circulation, which looks like that's going to be right around the mouth of the Mississippi or possibly even east of there. You can see some estimates out there. I think for Baton Rouge, we're talking 20 to maybe 35-mile-an-hour winds, maybe a couple gusts to about 40. New Orleans probably in that 40 to maybe 55 range, a couple stronger gusts. Grand Isle, yeah, you could see some winds very close to hurricane strength, maybe at least upper 60s, lower 70s out there. And as you see, those winds should quickly move off towards the northeast. Still talking some gusty winds out there heading in Thursday, but then after that, that front pushes through and then things kind of settle down. You can see chance for a couple showers heading into Tuesday, most of the rainfall on Wednesday as conditions quickly go downhill and deteriorate throughout the day. So I'm thinking probably for us, probably Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday evening will be the worst. And as you see the rain estimates right now, it looks like the majority of the heavy rainfall will be east of I-55. We're talking 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, locally some higher amounts. But for us here in the capital, if the current track holds, we're probably going to see maybe 1 to 2. And mainly because the system, it's probably going to be a pretty lopsided system. It's more of a common signature, which means everything is going to be well to the east side of the storm. Nothing on the western side. That could be choked off by dry air and wind shear, kind of ripped and sheared. And what's going to happen is, yeah, again, this is going to seem more like a big old comma. It's not going to be that typical symmetrical system that you're used to seeing, with a well-defined eye. That's not going to happen. This system's going to be weakening as it moves inland. So again, 65 for tonight, but I do want to show you, remember again that we partnered up with all these fine radio stations just to get your latest weather information. But look at the big picture here. So tomorrow, some clouds, a couple storms throughout the afternoon and evening hours. Wednesday, obviously, we're watching the approach of Zeta. And then, again, look for some gusty winds, some periods of heavy rainfall, maybe an isolated tornado ahead of Zeta as it pushes close to us, some of those outer rain bands. And then it quickly moves towards the northeast. By Thursday, we're back to sunshine, and notice the difference in temperatures. 73 out there. The cool air catches up on Friday with a high of 68. That puts us well below normal. And even by, I would say, Thursday night, maybe even Friday night, our temperatures could even dip into the upper 40s out there. So nice and cool as we head into Halloween. 71 out there, picture perfect for those trick-or-treaters. And just remember also, it's daylight saving, so it means that we gain an extra hour of sleep. Remember to turn back the clocks before heading to bed. So again, continue to join us. Make sure you're following us on social media. All the most important information. Make sure you download our app. It's got all the information you need in the palm of your hand. And again, we're going to continue to guide you through this storm. Make sure you stay safe and have a game plan just in case.